Hey guys, remember I told you for the last couple of days that yeah, you're gonna see something you might like and it's gonna be pretty cool for you guys, not for me. Well, if you can't tell by now that I look like a blonde bitch, here you go, blonde bitch. And you're asking why I did this, and I've said it before. Thank you, fantasy football. And let's just get a little bit backstory, because in our game, if you ever watched the league, that was a television series. There was something called the Sacco, and the Sacco was the last place team is considered the Sacco. And what the Sacco does is have to do punishments. And well, how we do the Sacco is it's the final two teams in the regular season play in one game. That takes 2 weeks to decide who wins and who loses. And if you can't tell by now, I did not win that game. And because of that, I have blonde hair. And not just for, I don't get to cut it, I don't get to do anything with it. It's on there until it goes off. The only thing is I might put it silver because it might look somewhat better. However, I've been already called a lot of things by now. By that I mean some good. A lot of people, some people do like it. Others think I'm a school shooter. I look like Eminem. I look like Fred from Scooby Doo. And there's a lot of other ones. Will Hughes was another one that came to my head. And then I also look like Donald Trump. Some people said. And yeah, just if you have another one that I look like a comparison, please let me know. I'm just very interested. And yeah, this is what I'm going to tell you life lessons right now. Don't play fantasy football, or at least be good at it. Because, well, the team I had, I thought was going to be a top team. I started off 2-0, then went on a 6-game losing streak, and then from there it just came shit. And I'm pretty petty, so I wrote down a list of every single player I have ever owned throughout the fantasy football league this season. And I just want to say a quick thank you for giving me blonde hair. Let's just start it off with this list, okay? For quarterbacks, I had 4 quarterbacks this year. My first 2 I did draft were quarterbacks Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston, which before the season started were supposed to have breakout seasons. And guess what happened? Neither of them did. They both did not have any good seasons, and they both played like shit. That was splendid. But then I felt like in the middle of the season, you know who's been pretty decent? Jacoby Brissett. I think I played in 1 game. He didn't do much. And yeah, that was pretty much it from him because it became shit after that. But then for the final games, including the playoffs or the Sacco game, it was Phillip Rivers, who did very good because I did pick him up on his hot streak. However, the last week I needed him to good is against Kansas City. You know what he did against Kansas City? Throw 3 interceptions in the 4th quarter, so that was fantastic. But for running backs, oh man, running backs was my worst position this entire season. You know why? You might hear the names of these running backs and say, damn, that was pretty good. You had some good running backs. Well, I either dropped them, got injured, traded them, did start them, or when I started them, they were the worst. They had the worst weeks. And what do I mean? Let's just begin off this list. This is not in order. This is just people I had. Adrian Peterson, Mike Gillislee, Jay Ajayi, Derrick Henry, Chris Thompson, Alfred Morris, Jamal Williams, Derek McKinnon, Orleans Darkwa, Darren McFadden, Dion Lewis, Chris Ivory, and Perrin Barber. Sometimes I did get right with the running backs. I put Chris Ivory in for 1 week when Fournette wasn't starting. He had a great week. Jay just never worked out, except for the San Diego game where he had over 100 yards, and also the Falcons game. He was a complete fail, so I traded him away to get Jerry McKinnon. And yeah, pretty much him. There would be some other players, but that's not the point. But you can tell by that list. You might say, damn, you had Jamal Williams. I only needed him for 2 weeks. I had Alfred Morris. He did good. Chris Thompson, he was amazing in the beginning of the season. I didn't play him 1 game. Orleans Darkwa, he had a couple of good games. Didn't play him 1 game. Or I played 1 game. Didn't have that great of a game. Dion Lewis, I had 1 game. He did shit. Dropped him when he went off the last 4 weeks. Then we have Peyton Barber that was last week. Derrick Henry never started. AP, I thought he was going to be great. Kept him because he was shit in New Orleans. Went to Arizona. Didn't start in the first week when he went off. Started in the second week. Didn't do shit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. My running backs were just very inconsistent. And that was really the reason why I got fucked over in fantasy. However, for next position, wide receivers, they were a lot more consistent. This was my stronghold, I believe. Sometimes they were inconsistent, but this was where I knew I would at least get some results. So let's begin. Chris Hogan, Mike Evans, Michael Crabtree, Tyreek Hill, Terrell Pryor, Emmanuel Sanders, Marquise Lee, Jeremy Maclin, Jamison Crowder, and Marquise Goodwin. Going over these names, Hogan was a good player of mine. Evans, Crabtree, and Hill were just non-stop starters. They were good. Evans was a little inconsistent, so was Hill and Crabtree, but they got the results, and they always did good every week. Terrell Pryor was a complete bust. Emmanuel Sanders only used him for 1 week, and that was his best week, so I was glad about that. And he was also part of my J.H.I. trade. Then Marquise Lee only used him 1 week. He had a very good week that week. He wasn't that bad. Jeremy Maclin, only had him for 1 week, didn't start him, dropped him the week after. Jamison Crowder, I started him in the week after he went off on Thanksgiving, and then what happened after that week? He only had 3 points because I don't have a PPR league, and he only had 30 yards. And then Marquise Goodwin, I picked him up before my playoff game. Should have started him against instead of Mike Evans the first week because him and Jimmy Garoppolo have been fantastic, but I haven't used him. So let's just go to tight end position, which at first was horrible, but then became a great thing because of one draft pick I knew it was going to be great, and I'll get into that. But for my first week, I drafted Tyler Eifert, 4 yards, injured, out for the year. He was fantastic. Jack Doyle had to start him 1 week because I had bye weeks from our tight ends. You know what he did? He had negative 2.2 points. So that's fantastic. His worst week. I just went him for a week. He only had 30 yards receiving, but yeah, it wasn't great. But the tight end that was very good, and I was very glad I did draft in the end of the draft. That was one of my sleeper picks. Was Evan Ingram. I'm a Giants fan, so I knew he was going to go off, especially after all the injuries that happened with the New York wide receivers. Thankfully, I didn't trade for Odell, even though I do love Odell, and he was the reason why I won fantasy his rookie season. Evan Ingram was a very key point of my lineup. Him with also Tyreek Hill, Michael Crabtree, and Mike Evans were bright spots of my team. I'm just going to leave it at that, even though I didn't really do that great this year. That's why I have blonde hair. And for our defense, and my God, this was not great until the ending of fantasy. So let's just begin. I drafted John C. After being one of the best defenses last year, they should have been great this year. I don't know what the fuck happened to us. I just don't want to explain it. They weren't great. Lions D used them 1 week because they were very good. They weren't great for me. They had probably 1 point, I believe. And then I dropped them to pick up Atlanta D, which had 2 points the next week. So I dropped them, picked up Dallas. They had a good week because they was against San Francisco. Then I picked up Chicago. Didn't have a great week. Then I finished off the season and I had most of my games after that were Philadelphia D, which did play very well. I can't complain about Philadelphia D other than the last week. But I'll leave it at that. I couldn't figure out my defense until the end of the season, which wasn't great. But for my best position, which shouldn't be your best position, but it was, and that was kicker. And that was Jack Elliott for 1 week, which he did great. It was a week after his 62-yard field goal against the Giants. Then it was Matt Bryant. He was fantastic other than 1 week where he had negative 2 points. I can't complain about Matt Bryant. He was fantastic. So good thing for him. My bright spots were my kicker, tight end, and receiver. Weak points were my quarterback, running back, and my defense. And let's go on. I had a record of 5-8. You might say that was good. Wasn't good enough to be second to last place due to the fact that I had the least amount of points scored. That was just based off poor player selection because I just never got it right this year. I don't know why. And yeah, that kind of screwed me over. Because when you're in the last place game, doesn't matter what your record was, because you know what the guy I played against had? A 2-9 record, I believe. Wait, 5-8 is 13, 2-9. Oh, fuck me. He had a 2-10. Wait, no, that's not fucking hell. That's 13 wins. He went 3-10. I should have whooped his ass. But you know what? I had the least amount of points scored. And that's all that matters because it's the most points counted up in 2 weeks. Yeah, that's why I lost. I just couldn't score. And now I have blonde hair. And yeah, this is what happens when you play fantasy football. So my only advice for you is, if you do want to play fantasy football, don't drop $40 like I did. That was just a waste. Don't make an agreement, which you might not be. I was fine with dyeing my hair blonde. It's not the worst. I'm fine with it. But it's a little weird. It's a little weird to have, especially for me. I mean, I live streamed this shit. I had over 75 people that I knew watch it. And my God, the comments I had from it. Some of them are pretty nice. Some of them were like came out of nowhere. I was unexpecting about some people that actually liked it. But you know, there was a lot of people that thought it was funny as shit. They pee themselves. They fucking had the time of their life. And I was just chilling there saying, God damn it, fuck my team. So then again, I just want to say thank you to everyone in my league, or not everyone in my league, every player I owned in fantasy football. If it weren't for you guys, this would have never happened. So I'm just so grateful for you guys. That's why you should never do fantasy football. I know you ever seen a video about me in this hair, but this is why I dyed it. And if you guys liked it, if you have any jokes for it, I would love to hear them. And yeah, just jokes. If I look like anyone, just please let me know. Just, I don't want to say roast me because the internet does some fucking crazy shit. But that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't. Not at all because I fucking hate this. But you know what? It's life. Oh well. Who fucking cares? It's only like 4 weeks and it'll go back to normal. Hopefully, because that would really suck if it didn't. I might go silver next week. Because you know what? My hair is dyed. Why not just change it again? Fuck it. Even though I thought before fantasy I would never tie my hair. Now I have it blonde. Now I might go silver. Because I saw Lewandowski do it. It was pretty dope. So I might do it. Just saying. Not Mbappe. His hair is disgusting. But that's going to be for today's video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. If you like these kind of videos, let me know. And no, that does not mean I'm doing this shit again. Just saying that here. Hope you guys enjoy. And peace.